A lot of people look at the adventures I've gone on the past few years and ask me, why do you hike? My answer doesn't usually do the question justice when I try to explain it. So I'm gonna try my best to explain it fully here. At the end of day 6 on the Sunshine Coast Trail, my shoulders had been rubbed completely raw by the straps of my overweight pack. The blisters on the back of my heels had doubled in size since the previous day, and I could barely sit up straight for more than a few minutes because of how much my back ached. And I truly couldn't believe just how bad I smelled. You know, there's only so much stink a simple jump into a mountain lake can wash away. But at the end of day 6, I was sitting on the top of a mountain next to my dad, looking out at what just might be the most beautiful, rewarding, and humbling sights I had ever seen. At the end of day 6, I was reminded of how capable my body was. Though I was cramping from dehydration and shaking from the lack of nutrition, I still felt so incredibly powerful. My own 2 legs brought me there, and that felt pretty damn incredible. I've always been scared of routine. We've all been taught how to follow particular patterns and fall into certain boxes. Our whole lives, especially our adult lives, are built around routine. And since graduating university a handful of years ago, I realized that routine took away my imagination and creativity. My brain felt limited to what fell within the parameters of the routine, and that scared me. I'm scared that I'm gonna fall into a routine after routine and then blink and suddenly realize that not only have I stunted my ability to expand my mind, but I'm also old and gray, and I passed up on some incredible opportunities.
That's wild.
Some people observe my disdain for routine and constant need for change as selfish or immature, but I see it as an intentional choice that allows for constant growth and appreciation for everything the world has to offer. Being on the Sunshine Coast Trail reminded me of how short life truly is, and how little I actually know about the world. You could be the smartest person in your field and yet still know nothing about anything else. And rather than finding that scary or belittling, I find it rather exciting. I feel like my brain expands when I'm on trail. I remember standing in the middle of an old-growth forest, looking up to catch a hopeful peek of the sky through the thick canopy and thinking, wow, I'm so small in comparison to the rest of the world. A similar feeling I felt when I was standing at the top of Walt Hill, looking out at what felt like all of the Sunshine Coast. I was surrounded by mountains and forest, and all I could see were mountains and forest on the horizon. I felt as though I was brought into the most beautiful place on earth to just soak it all in with no other agenda. Those moments of smallness feel so significant to me. My brain feels activated and excited, and I genuinely feel ready to learn more and experience newness. Seven days on the Sunshine Coast Trail was short, but still more impactful than I can put into words. There's something about walking through a forest or across a mountaintop that feels like a kind of homecoming for me. Stripped of every boundary, expectation, or limit forced upon me by society, and carrying the only essentials to live on my back, I feel free to simply be. When your day is simply characterized by trekking from one point to another and feeding and hydrating yourself, There's so much time left to lay on your back and rest in the shade of the old growth trees. Or to pitch a tent midday on the side of a mountain and realizing there's no one around for miles, and it feels as though those views were just meant for you. Just for you to look at for hours and hours, filling your mind with dreams, reflecting on past memories, or allowing you to think of simply nothing at all. And those are the moments that I live for. Not the paycheck, not the white picket fence, not the handful of vacation days allocated each year. I live for those small moments, those small, quiet moments in the forest and amongst the mountains and in my tent next to my dad's at night after a long day of hiking. No routine, just existence. And at the end of day 6, realizing that there was only one more day left to our incredible Sunshine Coast Trail adventure, I felt powerful and in control. I felt humbled by what the trail had taught me, and it's that there's so much out there to learn and discover. Though I was beaten down, tired, hungry, and sleep deprived, I felt full of intention, purpose, and excitement. I refused to blink and suddenly realize I've let patterns dictate my life. I refuse to follow the routine that's expected of me, and instead I subscribe to constant adventure, unending learning, and an endless capacity to grow, change, and evolve. I hate phrases people use like, life officially starts once you've graduated university, or once you get married, or life starts once you've secured a long-term, good-paying job. Why limit ourselves to these benchmarks? Life literally started the day we were born, and it's an intentional choice to live each day with the same amount of curiosity and endless expectation. And until life officially stops, once I take my final breath, you'll catch me on trail, living life to the fullest, rejecting routine, and refusing to let life pass me by. And yeah, so I guess that's why I hike.
With your hand on your heart, oh please tell me, will I go?
Kendra, you hear that? The automatic sprinklers just came on. Oh. Onward.